The New York Times named Beverly Johnson one of the 20th century's most influential people in fashion. But her story shines far beyond the runway. She is a powerhouse advocate, known for breaking down barriers.
Each one of these children are so special, and each one has a contribution to make, and it's our job to make sure that they reach their potential.
Born into a middle-class family in Buffalo, New York, she loved to swim, nearly making the U.S. national team in the 100-yard freestyle for the 1968 Summer Olympics.
I was a quiet child. I would say I was an introvert, and I was picked on a lot.
In school, she aspired to be a lawyer and earned a scholarship to Northeastern University, where her friends encouraged her to try modeling.
Being a supermodel is something I never wanted to do. I thought I was going to be a lawyer.
Beverly was discovered by my dad. True story. And that's a little bone I have to pick because he never approved me to go model.
Success didn't come easy, but in 1971, Beverly walked into Glamour magazine and was immediately hired. In 1974, Beverly made history.
Her cover on Vogue magazine was the first Black African American ever to be on Vogue.
The color barrier was broken.
And at the time, I didn't realize I was the first woman of color on the cover. I just was excited because that's every model's dream. It was a defining moment in my life.
You see these gorgeous people on these magazine covers and you say, gosh, I wonder if one day that can happen to me. And I remember so often people going, that never happened. They never put Negroes on the covers of magazines. There it was, Vogue magazine, and I was like, there's hope for me yet!
In 1975, she broke the barrier again, this time for the French edition of Elle. Beverly's remarkable career includes appearing on more than 500 magazine covers and in thousands of editorials. She worked the runway for Yves Saint Laurent, Valentino, Calvin Klein, and Halston. She appeared in commercials, feature films, and television, including her own reality show, Beverly's Full House, on the Oprah Winfrey Network. She's even created an innovative beauty product line and authored a successful book focused on inner beauty.
I had Whoopi Goldberg do the introduction for me. And Whoopi said, what do you want me to do the introduction for you for? I said, because to me, you're beautiful. Beauty is love and love is God, and that's just how it is.
Beverly's a kind, generous, giving, wonderful person. Everybody loves her. And she always has a smile on her face. She's an upper.
Beverly has always been committed to giving back, lending her celebrity to important causes. When Beverly's niece, Natalie Fuller, now 23, was born with Down syndrome, Beverly's activism became even more personal.
I'll never forget the day I went to see the new baby, and my sister, put Natalie in my arms and said she has Down syndrome, and don't say anything.
Instead, Beverly, her sister, and her whole family decided to tell the world. In 2011, Beverly joined Natalie strutting down the catwalk at the Global Down Syndrome Foundation's Be Beautiful, Be Yourself fashion show. It was clear that modeling prowess and beauty run in the family.
Natalie was nervous, and so was I. We walked down the runway holding hands, and then I think she got her confidence up and she kind of signaled to me that she didn't need to hold my hand walking back. And ever since that very first time, Natalie can work the runway all by herself.
At the fashion show, Beverly fell in love with the Global Down Syndrome Foundation and quickly became a key spokesperson.
From this organization, I've met a network of people that have enhanced my family's life and Natalie's life in ways that I'll never be able to repay. I personally have seen a change in Natalie. She's like a different young lady. She was always, beautiful and smart, but there's just this sense of confidence that she has, and it's because of Global Down Syndrome.
As an international spokesperson for the Global Down Syndrome Foundation, Beverly now champions the call for increased research and medical care funding for individuals with the condition.
Children with Down syndrome have special health needs. I personally went through the battles with her and, education in the schools that wouldn't let her in and, trying to get different services. And It's very, very, very challenging, particularly when you want the best for your child and everyone's saying no.
And even recently, there have been tragic examples of discrimination against children with Down syndrome.
Australians have been shocked and moved by the story of Gammy, the baby boy with Down syndrome left behind by his Australian parents in Bangkok.
And because of your support, the Global Down Syndrome Foundation is reaching out to the caregivers and providing vital resources, complete with translations in the Thai language.
There is still terrible discrimination against people with Down syndrome. Global can change that, but we need help. We need community members like you who believe in equality and who are willing to invest in our life-changing research and medical care. Our vision is to take our success and share it across the country, across the world, for all people with Down syndrome.
The Linda Cernick Institute at the Anschutz Medical Campus is the gold standard for worldwide research, medical care, and hope for families touched by Down syndrome. They are the only institute raising critical funds for an aging and Alzheimer's disease center with a subspecialty in Down syndrome.
Now we've reached the point where we can really make giant steps. We now have 29 labs and over 80 scientists working on groundbreaking research. What we want to know is, how does an extra copy of chromosome 21 cause Alzheimer's, prevent cancer, and all of the various conditions associated with Down syndrome?
Unfortunately, both Down syndrome and Alzheimer's research is very underfunded. Therefore, support from the community is key. Now, more than ever, it makes a difference.
I think what always just makes my day is when I just see one of the kids that I'm working with, like the little girl I saw this morning, she's learning to walk. She came to the session, with the readiness to take an independent step. And then by the end of the session, she was even taking 3 to 4 steps. That's what's so exciting.
If you think back where we were 30 years ago, and people with Down syndrome didn't have a right to be in a public place, to have an education or have medical care, to a place where we are today, where they can be in a fashion show, go to their public schools, get medical care, and live a great quality of life, that's something we can all be proud of.
People that are sometimes afraid to give because they don't really know how to give. And I'm here to tell everyone, write a check, and you make a difference.
My baby lady, Beverly Johnson. I get nothing but admiration and a lot of props to give you tonight. And I just want to say, the deepest part of my soul, honey, congratulations. You deserve it all. I love you. Hope to see you soon. Enjoy the night, girl.
For her dedication to improving the lives of all people with Down syndrome and all those who are differently abled, the Global Down Syndrome Foundation is proud to present Beverly Johnson, the 2014 Quincy Jones Exceptional Advocacy Award.